Do-do-do. Ba-ba-da-ba-da-da-da-da-da.
Ba-ba-da-da-da-ba-da-ba. What's up, Dougie?
What's up, baby? You look pretty. Yeah, I think you look good today.
Oh, thanks, man. Look at this shirt. It
Looks like,
says "01 Street Racing, 1/4 mile at a time." Woo!
yeah, man, looks good. Look like you've been working out. Hey, are you still doing your push-ups, by the way?
Sure am.
I bet.
I am.
I believe you.
I won't lie. I took like 2 weeks off from it, and because I fucked my back up doing it somehow. I think I was just doing them wrong at first. Anyway, so I stopped for like 2 weeks, and if I could tell, like I felt shitty. Like I just wasn't. I was tired and shit. Like,
how do you hurt your back doing push-ups?
I think I was just because I was anchoring my. I was laying on the rug and it slides, so I was anchoring myself by tucking my feet up under the couch.
Yeah.
You know. And I just think that
for sit-ups.
What? For sit-ups?
In your are they no push-ups?
No, sit-ups, because I was pushing the rug back with my back every time I slid forward. So I was anchoring my feet under the couch so that I wasn't moving. And I don't know. It just after that day it hurt like a motherfucker.
I just have an image of you anchoring your feet under a couch to do push-ups.
No, sit-ups.
The space.
I won't lie, I've really slacked on the push-ups, bro. I'm not very good at push-ups. I hate them.
Who am I to talk? I broke my foot doing pull-ups.
I remember.
I mean, I didn't see it, but I believe
you. Banging song, dude.
It's good. Who wrote it? Is that the Doobie Brothers?
All right. Okay. All right. Well, welcome to another episode of I Didn't See It, But I Believe You. I'm Doug.
I'm Joel. And this is episode
99, baby.
99. Welcome, friends. It's been a while. We missed you. Oh.
We missed you. Yeah, it's been a while. I have been pretty busy in the real world, and the internet world just had to wait a bit, and I apologize.
It's been a while. Hashtag Aaron Lewis. Hashtag Stained. Hashtag thanks for the memories.
Dude, I was like driving through those like crazy thunderstorms and rain or whatever, and I went to
yesterday? Or a couple days ago?
No, yeah, a couple of days ago, and I was like, dude, I gotta listen to some Stain.
Yeah, dude. When it's gloomy out, the best thing to do is hang out with an ex-heroin addict who's always moping around.
Is that what it was? Heroin?
Yeah.
Oh, that's tight.
More power to him, but his music is depressing as shit.
Yeah, dude. And so, like, what's that one song?
Now that we're here, so far away.
Oh, the one on the first Mud Shovel.
Oh, Mud Shovel's classic. If we're not careful, people are going to think we're a fan of Stain.
Whatever. We both listened to it when we were kids. Whatever.
Fuck it, dude. I know we were like having a ridiculously messy night the night we talked about this, and I don't even really think much of it ended up in the cut that I put up, if any. But yeah, fucking listen to it. I listened to the shit out of it. I was saying, yeah, you were pretty. But like, we talked about it.
I was pretty just sipping on the old, sipping on the hog's teat, if you will.
Let's see. We recorded for 32 minutes or something like that, and I got 1 minute and 48 seconds out of it.
Hey, dude, I can't help it. I was in the process of kicking the hog.
No, I feel that. You had a long day. You had a long month.
Dude, it's been crazy, and it's not shortening anytime soon.
That's badass, though, in a way.
Why?
I don't know, because you're a good hard worker.
A good hog worker.
Kicking hog worker.
I'm a good hog worker. I'm here to work the hog.
What did we used to say? Something about jerking off, but we were calling it the hog?
Kicking the hog.
No, it wasn't that. It definitely wasn't that. It was something even worse sounded.
It's like episode like 51, kicking the hog.
Like slapping the hog or something, or twisting the hog. It was nasty.
Pulling your pud?
Pulling your pud. That's what it was. Yeah. I always get that confused with pigs.
I just get pulling my pud confused with slapping the hog.
Okay, wait. I'm extremely. I have the worst dry mouth right now, so I just want to go ahead and jump into this real quick.
What?
I wanted to do this with you and with the customers because genuinely, like, what I'm about to say, was something I never in a million years thought was going to happen, and something that I know will not last.
Oh my!
And
God.
I want to say this: my greatest drink of all time, my favorite, my number one. What was it?
Crystal Pepsi.
No, motherfucker! It came out in like '83. Pepsi Blue.
Oh yeah.
And yesterday, Walmart picked it up, baby. It's an ugly logo now, but it's back. And no one ever liked this. So there's no way it's going to stick around for longer than like the summer, if that. So I bought out my Walmart.
What flavor is blue?
Berry.
Blueberry. Is it
berry?
Blueberry Pepsi or just berry Pepsi?
Berry Pepsi. So we're going to find out together if Pepsi Blue still tastes the same, if it's still good, I bought out Walmart. I bought every single 6-pack they had.
How many packs is that?
15, 12 or 15, something like that. They're on sale for $2. They're on sale for $2.
Pepsi Blue. They brought
packs.
it back to sell it for $2 a 6-pack.
I think it's a special to get people to try it.
Hey, dude, I gotta believe you, so I do.
I'll pull it up. I'll show you. So we're gonna find out together right now.
All right, guys. So for those listening, that sounded a great crack. A great,
really nice.
Is
smells the same. That is nostalgic.
For those listening, Joel's trying Pepsi Blue right now. He's nosing it. Give it a trill. Give it a.
It's unbelievable, and I legitimately can't believe I'm saying this. This is still the best soda I've ever had in my life. Something about this is so unique to this flavor. For a while, I don't even care how cheese this is. For a while, I used to fucking think Mountain Dew Voltage was actually Pepsi Blue, because Mountain Dew is a Pepsi company, and I felt like Mountain Dew did a better job of selling the flavors like that than Pepsi did, obviously, because Pepsi was really just known for Pepsi and Wild Cherry Pepsi.
Man, it looks
This is not Mountain Dew Voltage, though. Tasting this now, I realize it's different.
It looks like you're drinking a fluid that you would put into a car engine.
Yeah, no, this is actually like 80% antifreeze.
So it looks like blue antifreeze.
It's delicious.
So I'm so happy you finally got to get your Pepsi Blue back in your life.
Yeah.
Wonderful. But there is something else that I want to say that I've noticed. Mm-hmm. Your cable situation seems to be more comfortable.
You see that, baby?
Yeah.
I don't know what she did. I didn't do this. Caroline did it. I came in one day and it was just fixed.
That's awesome, man. Congratulations.
Hey, man. More power to us.
So for episode 99, Joel and I wanted to just go down the list of shows that we've been through and stuff to get to 100, but we really obviously didn't put the time into that.
No, we're going to do this though, and we're going to do it the way we would do it, which is by the seat of our pants. And I have a bunch of other silly little things to bring up. This may end up being a 7-8 hour episode, dude. To be honest with you, I really don't know.
So I would like to remind everybody that we released our first 4 for all the customers. We released our first 4 episodes at one time.
That's right. And,
you remember that?
And the funny thing is like, I remember on the 4th one when we recorded it, I knew they were finally going to go up, but I was still like, I mean, the rest haven't gone up. What's the worst that could happen? People hear this?
For sure. Yeah. And so in the first ones are 1 through 4, and then we didn't start naming them until episode 5. So somebody noticed read in the comments, and it was the death of Joel. And I'll never, so number 4 is my story of Guile, how I got my nickname Guile.
And that was the first, so that was the basis for the first Instagram post was Guile.
And then the death of Joel is like one of my favorite like old episodes. And then we have some really funny ones there. Remember the 3rd nipple?
Oh yeah, dude. I loved that episode.
Dude, classic episodes. The big mistake.
What was the big mistake?
I don't remember. It says,
I don't remember that one.
The boys learn about time travel.
Oh, maybe we were the big mistake?
Maybe. But dude, I think so. Maybe I shouldn't be like giving this out yet. I don't know. But I feel like the episode that everybody should go to and definitely listen to.
Can we say it at the same time? Because there's no way you're thinking of something other than this. Episode 15, Bird Cocktail.
Bird Cocktail. If you can ever go back and if you want to get back and like what kept you and I like really going, episode 15, Bird Cocktail is when it really you and I caught fire at least.
It's a huge turning point in having fun with it, in the sense of like I think we were starting to feel comfortable with what it was, so we weren't trying to shoehorn a bunch of bullshit into it. It was just, it became like a free flowing conversation between us.
Yeah,
and that was a huge turning point because there are so many genuine moments of contagious laughter on that one.
Yeah,
and I feel like if you're gonna hang out with us, you gotta like know that we're gonna laugh at our own shit, and that's almost part of the joke.
And
right?
so,
Like that's,
yeah, for sure. And so, like, dude, and another thing I was crazy about this is like our old setup at your old apartment, like the table and the chair, and my big ass being in that chair.
Yeah.
I couldn't move my legs, and you're just shaking the whole time.
And Rocky's fucking sniffing your ankles.
And it's just like, and you just like staring at each other. It was like a freaking.
Well, if we took it back even before that, I don't think most people probably don't realize that even though we weren't filming it, and yeah, it was an uncomfortable situation, but we made the best out of the table and we tried to set it up professionally, even though nobody could see it. You know what I mean?
The first laptop?
Right. So that's what I'm getting at. But to be fair to us, once we got the Rodecaster and we started taking it more seriously, we did try to make a professional setup for ourselves, even though nobody could see it, which I think was cool.
Yeah.
But what most people probably don't realize is that the first 3 episodes are recorded on my kitchen island with you across on the sink and me sitting in a giant ass bar stool, hunched over the table, talking into a microphone that was on a tripod. And those episodes, I was almost positive nothing was going to come of this.
It was so uncomfortable and just like everything is torture. Episode 0 that nobody's ever going to hear. It plays on in my car every day. It's like loaded into my phone. That's the first thing it plays because it's named episode 0.
Mm-hmm.
It's bad.
So like, yeah, they weren't great, but I just meant more of like, I figured that it was such a shitty setup and we were both so uncomfortable and it was fucking up so often that we would just give up on it.
Oh yeah.
Because remember, also, people don't know this, no one knows this, this was never intended to be a podcast with you and I. You were about to launch a podcast and you wanted to practice, so you came to Austin to practice with me.
Yes.
Which now I'm kind of thinking might have been a lie.
No, I was just like, hey, dude, do you want to do it with me? You're like, hell yeah. And it's become what it has, dude. Like, Joel, I mean, you're my best fucking friend, just so you know. And then, and it's like, just for like, we always mention this, but for those who know us,
you're a friend. You're my friend.
Thanks, Joel.
Just kidding. He's my best friend.
It blows my mind that we are now officially knocking on the door of 100. And I didn't know what we were going to talk about. We just said we wanted this to be a free flowing episode. Obviously, episode 100 will be a little bit more composed.
Sure.
But, yeah. But it's like, it's so crazy. Like, we started off face to face. Pandemic hit hard, doing it over the phone. And then finally I got back to Austin. We're doing it again face to face. And then you had to move to Dallas for some reason. And so
I think things are better than ever since I moved.
Oh, I'm sure they are.
No, I mean for the show.
No, yeah. And that ends up being a really good deal. Like, like it's like everything's, oh my God. And you would make me, I'm like, all right, dude, great show. You're like, let's take everything down.
You gotta get out of my house.
We're taking everything down. And I'm like, dude, we're not gonna have a show till next week. Let's just keep it up. You're like, and you can use it to do stuff. You're like, nope, take it down. So
I remember after the first time that I was like, all right, let's just take it all down. And then you left and you had left it all with me. And I was thinking, you know what? I want to make sure I have this all set up for him when he comes back. And I started setting it up. And I was just, I don't know. Trying to actually do things didn't really click with me until like a year and a half ago. Sometime maybe during pandemic, things really started to click for me. And I like building things and putting things together now. But man, the first time I just setting up all them stupid ass mics and everything, I was just like, I hate it. What a dumb, pointless story that was. That good. That's good. That's good. Man, this drink is good as fuck. But I'm scared because I know it's really sugary.
Oh, dude, there's this new. There's like something called Overwatch. No, that's a game. It's called Overheard or Overcast. Oh, it's called Overcast. It's a new podcasting platform. You heard about this?
No.
One of their things is that they like any dead air, they'll like just like cut it out.
Hey, that's what I've been doing with the editing. It's cutting all the dead air out. That would be
so it does it for you. So like speeds through podcasts. And did you know that people actually listen to podcasts sped up?
Yeah.
Like I didn't realize that was an actual feature people used.
People listen to books sped up too, and that drives me fucking nuts because books are like 90% about how you read it. Like you have to read dialogue. I don't know. It's weird to me to hear things faster. I don't like the chipmunk effect it gives.
It's just like people. I'm like, wait, does that constitute as actually listening to it?
You want me to fuck you up a little bit?
Yeah.
People listen to music like that now. To speed through albums so they can get their reviews out faster. The whole armchair fucking critic circle on Reddit for music is like people want to get their reviews up on Reddit like immediately. I saw fucking reviews for a hip hop album that came out a couple of months ago. I won't say which one, but it was not getting good reviews from anyone, mostly because it was extremely experimental and these motherfuckers were speeding it up and listening to it in like 10 minutes and being like, that was too weird, didn't like it. It's like,
that's just stupid way to look at things.
It's insane. I hate it. And it's all because of the way like things started getting monetized. So you needed to, I don't know when the like idea of like the quicker things were cut and the shorter things were and all that, the better it was. But I get it's like an attention span thing. But it's like when they started putting the trailer when you would look up a movie trailer on YouTube, it would play the best parts of the trailer before the trailer started. Yes. And they did that because they wanted the ad. They want to capitalize on the amount of ad space they get. So they put their own trailer as the ad before their trailer. And I fucking hate it. But I was reading a thread the other day with a bunch of people being like, yeah, I love those because it just shows me the two best scenes from the trailer. I don't have to have anything spoiled. And then I know from those two shots if it's worth it or not because I'll usually only show the two best shots. I just think it's so dumb.
Yeah.
It's so dumb.
What's the point of, dude, dude, I know everybody talks about this and we talk about it all the time, but the best part of going to the damn movies is the trailers, man.
100%.
So like even, I mean, watching trailers I guess at home, I guess I can see why people would find that, like, premiere or I could guess why I could see people like wanting that when they're at home, but like when you go to a theater, imagine them doing that at a theater.
No, it would be awful. So I take it that you haven't been to a theater that's not a draft house lately because they do that at the theater before the trailers start. You know, when they used to show commercials. Yeah. Now they show those quick ass trailers and fucking mobile game ads and all kinds of shit.
I haven't been to a movie theater since over a year.
Last movie that we went to was Satoshi Kon's Tokyo Godfathers, but that was just like a special screening at our theater. The first movie we're going to is actually next Friday, Spiral, the Saw movie.
Huh.
The Samuel L. Jackson, Chris Rock one. It's like a reboot of the franchise, I guess.
Really? Is it super gory?
I don't know. It actually looks like way more like Seven than a Saw movie. Like it's about two detectives trying to figure out this serial killer. It's apparently I'm assuming it's like a full-on reboot. I don't know.
Samuel L. Jackson is cool.
Hell yeah, dude. I saw him in LA and I was terrified. He was outside of Best Buy in a Kangol hat and I was like, man, he looks cool as shit. But I just went on about my life because I was not trying to bother Samuel L.
Man, I actually watched clips of Old Boy, the American version, just because I always heard how bad it was, but I never actually watched it or anything. And so, yeah, it's pretty damn bad. But I didn't realize that Samuel L. Jackson was even in that movie.
Yeah, he's the guy. He's the bad guy. Caroline has the hottest take in the world on that movie. So Old Boy is like her favorite movie, like one of her favorite movies. She fucking loves that remake. She puts it up there with the original. And to me, that's wild because I think that's a pretty bad movie.
Yeah, you should get an MRI.
She might want what?
Get an MRI.
Oh, I was thinking about a meal ready to eat, like my boy Steve.
That too.
Do you watch Steve?
No, who's Steve?
Steve MRE 1989.
MRE.
You don't know him? Yeah, he fucking he reviews MREs from like hundreds of years ago and like last year. from all over the world, and it's addicting. It's so addicting. He just shows you the tray and he opens everything, but he has these little things that he says that are so great. Like he always goes, "That's nice," or let's go ahead and open this up and get it all out on the tree.
So I know you've never been camping before, but there is
I've been camping plenty of times.
Okay, so there is something satisfying about MREs, though.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Like Joel, you probably do. You probably get them and eat them in your living room while you're watching Saw 5. But like, I eat them where they're intended to be eaten out somewhere where you're not able to prepare a meal.
Why? Because you can't hunt. Because you can't hunt because you're a little bitch. Is that why?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I can't.
Couldn't you just provide for yourself?
No, of course not.
Mr. Camping.
It's not that bad, camping. Joel, you're not going to go to Big Bend and just like bash a freaking hair over the head and cook it. They're not even allowed to.
Let me cut you off right there. I'm a bow hunter by trade.
Proxy.
I'm a bow hunter by proxy because I've seen it before. No, we've been watching Naked and Afraid XL. It's like Naked and Afraid, except there's 4 different teams of 2 or 3 people, and they have to survive 40 days and nights. And holy shit, like they really get put through the ringer. We just watched the Africa season, and like these motherfuckers are dropping like flies up until the very end. Like,
are you killing each other?
Nah, they're just getting fucked up. This one dude, he is killing it as a hunter. He just keeps getting huge, wild, big game kills, and he's providing for everyone in his camp. And then out of nowhere, all the red meat he's eating and not being really hydrated because water is sort of an issue for him, he gets massively constipated to the point where he's begging the producer to pull shit out of his ass. He's going, "Please just put your hand in there and pull it out, man, please." And he's like begging, he's weeping because he can't poop. And so literally with 4 days left, they had to medically tap him out and take him to the hospital to get the poop out of him, to have it manually extracted.
He was just in pain, huh?
He was crying. He was like, "Nobody should have to feel like this." He's just shaking on this log, butt naked, for the whole world to fucking see.
Dude,
maybe we'll pass out.
When I was a little kid, I had really bad constipation problems, and it was like freaking like really bad. Like I just didn't want to poop; it hurt too bad, and like they had to like take me to the doctor and stuff and figure it all out. Now
I believe it because you're full of shit.
Now when I poop, just right out.
How many times do you poop a day?
I don't know.
On average.
12, 13.
That's healthy.
No, I go.
You really want to clean yourself out every day.
I go a manageable amount, two times.
Yeah.
You?
1 to 2. 1 to 2.
Yeah, right. You're more like a 1 a week.
No way, dude. It's my favorite part of the morning. Cracking open a coffee.
And letting it out.
Just sitting on my couch, butt naked with a coffee.
Do you sound like what do you say? What do you say? And you're like, "Oh, it's that time," or you're like, "Oh, fine. Oh, it's my favorite time of the day."
I usually go, "Fuck."
I can just see you sitting there and be like, "Oh, it's about to be my favorite time of the day, Caroline.
9 a.m.
I'm about to make some splatter."
Jesus, gross.
Growing a tail.
What are some of your, like, I was thinking about this earlier because I've got a few. What are and they just keep happening all around me all the time, it feels like. What are your biggest pet peeves of just normal everyday life?
I don't know, Joel. That's such a loaded fucking question. I don't even know where to start with that. You tell me one.
Okay. If toilet paper roll runs out, you know what I mean? Don't put the new toilet paper roll sitting on top of the empty one that's just in the thing, right?
Yeah, I don't know. That's not a pet peeve of mine. I'm just grateful that there's something to wipe my ass with.
Fair enough. You should get a bidet.
You know what a pet peeve is? Getting somebody not replacing the toilet paper.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
At least they put it there for you to be able to freaking get you, not like waddling all over the damn bathroom trying to get some shit together.
That's fair. What about when they put it on backwards, though?
Apparently I've been putting it on backwards for years and arguing that I was putting it on the right way, but I guess it's
flap towards you.
Flap towards you is the right way.
Yeah. Why would you go under? It rips like really easy when it's full.
I don't know. I'm left-handed. I just do things.
I feel that. You're broken inside.
But like, it also really annoys me when after I get done pooping that there's nobody there to help me.
Yeah. Hey, I'm ready to wipe. And then nobody comes.
Hello. Anybody out there?
All right. Well, I guess I'll just sit here.
Yeah, dude, I don't know. I mean, I hate certain words. There's a lot of words that really bother me.
Like Rumspringa? Like, why don't you just say you're going on vacation?
What's a rumspringer?
It's when Amish people leave to go party and get all worldly and see if they want to leave the faith or not. They go.
Rumspringer?
It's called Rumspringa. And they go and they party and bang out and do drugs and shit. And then they decide if they've had their fill and want to go back to the Amish faith or if they like the worldly endeavors enough to stay in the world. It's a rite of passage for all Amish people.
Really? Like they're allowed to do so?
It's encouraged. It's basically mandatory because they want you to stay in the it's the Amish are interesting because they believe that once you're an adult, that it should be your choice whether you're a part of the faith or not. That it's a family thing until you're an adult, and then it's your choice. So they send you out to experience worldly pleasures, and if that's for you, you go. And unfortunately, though, if you choose that, you are cut off from your family. So if you choose to come back, obviously that's the end of your worldly endeavors, and they usually get married and start their families right away when they get back.
Nah.
There's an entire reality show about this called
Rumspringers.
Yeah, called Rumspringa 99. Nah, it's there's a documentary that's pretty fucked up called The Devil's Playground that follows a bunch of Amish kids on Rumspringa. But there was a reality show like 4 years ago that's just, goofy ass reality show with a bunch of Amish people.
All right.
Pretty badass. They're like getting t-shirts and they're getting all hyped because they got jeans and then like as this
FBI
female body inspectors.
I was gonna say boobs. I forgot.
It's just a picture of a calculator with 80085.
Hey, mom, got a pair of titties. And they pull up the sandals. You remember those terrible fucking sandals? Titties.
Remember that brand Porn Star?
No.
They had the sickest graphic tees back in the day, but no one was allowed to get them because no one's parents wanted their kid walking around with a shirt that said Porn Star on it.
Porn Star?
Yeah, it was the word porn and then a star. It was it was like a street like alternative wear back in the day. You could buy it at like Gadzooks or Spencer's or whatever.
I would have been like that kid, be like, no, it's Rorn Star, mom. You can't just see the other part of the R.
The other, it's a silent P. It's Orn.
Hey, mom, will you give me a pair of orange stars? Okay, so the words I hate, and it all do with food.
Let's go.
All right. I try not to talk about this stuff because it makes you look like such a dick. But when somebody's like, hey, how is it? It's like, oh, it's delicious. It's like, the fuck does that mean? Okay. Like, but how is it delicious? What is so good? Or, this one, dude. Tasty.
Oh, yeah, that's not good.
Oh, it's tasty. It's like, it just means an abundance of taste, which means shit could be tasty.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. It could taste of shit.
And there's somebody's like, oh, yummy. I was so bummed when Bieber put out Yummy. I was like, out of all the fucking names of a song you could put out, you fucking chose.
Not a good song either. It's like one of his worst songs.
It's like, dude, come on, man. And then supper. No, nah, dog.
You're a dinner guy?
Yeah, I'm a dinner kind of guy. No,
I like supper.
Supper? Let's go have supper. It's like, what the fuck? It's like, we're all going to sit on the same side of the table. It just doesn't work. It's like, let's go have dinner. Supper. Anyways, and so
actually, I just say it's let's eat.
Let's go eat. Nap.
Feeding time,
dude. You'll rarely hear me say, "Yeah, I took a nap." I'm usually like, "Yeah, I went to sleep for a little bit."
So you don't like the phrase "nap"? Why is that?
I feel like I'm a big baby. Not like, oh, I'm you big fucking baby, but I feel like when I'm like, yeah, I took a nap this afternoon. I feel like I'm like a baby.
That one makes more sense. Let me ask you this:
like tuck me in and be like, who tucked you in?
No, I get that. The nap one I don't really have a problem with. I want to circle back though. I understand if you're asking somebody, hey, like if it's a food and you've not had this food or you haven't eaten at this place before and you ask what it tastes like and they say it's delicious or tasty or yummy, that you're gonna be like, what the fuck? That's not enough information.
Might as well just say it's really good.
If it's something you've had before, it's pizza from a pizza place you go to, and you go, hey man, how was that slice of pizza? It's delicious, not an appropriate answer if you've had the food and you know what it's supposed to taste like.
I might let it slide.
Okay,
not
that's
too
fair.
far, but it all depends. I'm sorry. This is reflection. I'm sorry about the reflection of this wire just all over my face. I'm just trying to. That's why I'm moving this. Fuck.
It's completely fun. Are you talking about on the twisty thing on the knob?
Yeah, it's like
It's not noticeable.
All right, whatever. Yeah, I don't expect you to go into like, yeah, that's fine. But like, if you're see, that's why I said I didn't want to bring it up. It sounds like such a fucking dumbass thing to say.
No, it makes sense. I just wanted to clarify what the rules were.
So it's like, it's delicious. It's like, well, what are we fucking talking about? It's like blue cheese is delicious, and so
no, it's not.
vanilla ice cream. They're two totally different fucking things.
No, I get it. It's if you're not familiar with what they're taking, I get it. It's a.
Do you?
Yeah, I guess. I'm realizing now that you really just don't like adjectives that aren't extremely descriptive.
What's an adjective?
Delicious, yummy, descriptive words. Descriptive words are adjectives. You like really specific adjectives, like this is frothy and has a hint of tomato.
I like good descriptors. Wait, what's a verb then?
A verb is something that you do, like sex or steal or cry.
So verbs and nouns are essentially the same thing.
No, nouns are. No. I'm not having a fucking English lesson with you right now. So, nouns, proper nouns are people, places, and things. Okay.
If I gave you a daiquiri.
Okay.
And I put my heart and soul into it and I made you a proper daiquiri. And I handed it over to you, Joel, and I'm like, hey, I hope you enjoy it. And you try it and you're like, oh, this is really good. Oh my God, this is so good. This is delicious. I am going to take that as a complete compliment.
Sure. But it's
not going to be like, well, describe the mouthfeel. Is it viscous enough? Is it tart enough? Like, did you
just say viscous?
Yeah, it's like, is the froth like the way it like is it tight? Is it loose? What's going on? I'm not asking that.
You should. That would be good.
What do you mean it's delicious? Why is it delicious? I'm not doing that. But if it's like, when I'm making a drink and like I'm trying to describe to somebody what it's like, and they're like, all right, if I have a server and I'm like, it's really good. It's like, that's not good enough.
Right. I got it. I get it. If you're going to order food, you want more than it's really good. I also believe that when they say stuff like that, they just don't know what the fuck they're talking about, or they don't eat the food there. I'm always like,
unctuous is a great fucking word.
Unctuous?
Unctuous.
I like viscous better.
Viscous is great. Unctuous is good. Freaking.
Both of those sound like they could be kids' names in a Roald Dahl book.
Sweet, bitter, sharp, freaking earthy, anything.
You like really specific description.
Effervescent. There's words to use.
Yeah, I get it. I 100% get it. Yeah, I get that. I think I don't have any words really that get me like frustrated, but I do hate when you're putting dishes in the dishwasher and the plate, you face them so they're like this, because then it doesn't clean them right on the inside, so you have to put them the same way. You can't have them fucking facing each other like this.
I'm new to the dishwasher game, and I'm so over the fucking dishwasher game already. You have to clean the dishes to put them in the dishwasher.
No, you just rinse them. You just get the big chunks off. That's it. I've been using a dishwasher my whole life, bro. The only time I haven't had a dishwasher was at a Nakwa. I'm telling you, you don't have to clean the dishes before you clean them.
The only thing that I could ever see you having big chunks of, if you fucking ate all your food and threw back up on your plate. I have watched you eat. You don't leave anything on your fucking plate.
No, I know, but if you leave, like, so last night I made some hamburger helper, and when I was going to put,
hold on, no, what kind of hamburger helper?
Deluxe cheeseburger macaroni.
All right, describe it to me.
Sure. So it was extremely creamy, and I guess that's where the deluxe comes from, because I recently got double cheeseburger macaroni, and it didn't taste as creamy, which was really the only difference I could find.
The creamy's not a taste.
No, I'm sorry. The texture. Yeah, the texture was really creamy. The cheese is never really cheese in Hamburger Helper. It's a sort of a weird, like, meat taste. I don't know how else to explain it. Like, I feel like most of the taste, that's in the cheese powder is actually MSG and umami flavors, like, to make it taste more like beef, even though you've got a pound of beef in there already.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
So it's they're probably using powdered acids, like powdered amino acids, to like really give that like fatty, like.
I was tripping balls, so I'm assuming you're right.
No, yeah, and it's like, no, amino acid. Umami is amino acids. It's what it is. And so, like,
did we hit up Umami Burger when you were in LA?
no,
It's the Urban Outfitters restaurant, or it was at one point. They made this ketchup there that was just unbelievable, and that was my first exposure to what umami flavor was.
Oh, didn't you fucking find out? They're like, we don't have special ketchup here, and then we found out they were just giving you like little ramekins of blood.
Yo, yeah, that's right. That's what it was. Strangely enough, you remember that show?
That wasn't ketchup, Joe. They're just giving you little things
cow's blood.
Cow's blood.
Do you remember that show True Blood?
I've never watched it, but I remember it.
I've only seen a couple episodes, but before it really was a thing at all, like right before it came out, one of the best or coolest parts about living in LA, I thought, was that if something was about to get a big push marketing wise, you would just see the coolest advertisements everywhere. Like before Pineapple Express came out, there was a giant billboard of a pineapple smoking, and it literally just shot smoke out all day. And it was just like, man, y'all went way too hard on this. You know what I mean? Yeah. But, and there was always shit like that. So when True Blood came out, every single store, like convenience store and bus bench and bus, all had ads for blood drink. And none of it said HBO. None of it said True Blood. It was all advertising a drink that was blood. And everyone around LA was like, what the fuck is this?
In that show, they all like live together or something like that.
I don't know. But they're vampires and they drink blood and shit. But they made a fake drink that was actually blood. And then when District 9 came out, they put signs all over LA that said aliens weren't allowed and illegals weren't allowed and all this stuff. And it really was kind of eerie because it rides that line. That movie already rides that line between like message movie and sci-fi movie.
I've never seen that.
That movie's phenomenal. You should watch it. I just showed Caroline for the first time like a month ago, and it holds up so well. It's excellent.
I always make the mistake of asking you to recommend me movies, and you send me like a fucking list of like 30 fucking movies.
That happened once. That happened once.
Just gonna watch YouTube tonight. Watch some fucking dude fucking throw a fucking golf ball into a fucking thingamajigger.
You ever suck a golf ball through a garden hose?
No. Have you?
No, you look like a Peter Puffer. It's from Full Metal Jacket.
Oh, that's right. Cool.
I have to pee. Can you talk to the people for a split second?
Sure. Oh my God, I just had a chill. Yeah,
I listen back to these parts now, so don't be talking any of that.
Well, I guess that doesn't really mean a damn thing because just so you know, so for those listening, thank you so much. Y'all have no idea how much it means to us that y'all stick with us through all of our podcasts. And but other than that, not really much going on my end. I'm working a lot, but I'm grateful. There's a lot of times that when I feel like I'm getting overwhelmed, that it's like, man, you know what? There's just it could have been a lot worse. So I'm very grateful for where I'm at right now. That's for dang sure. And when it comes to Joel and I just gotta say that's my brother, dude, and I love him. And I I just think about all the things we've been through and stuff together, and it's like just absolutely underwhelming. And Joel's not his, he talked to me earlier, so he didn't want to talk about it yet. But his teeth, they're growing back. New teeth, real teeth, they're growing back. So we're not gonna be able to make fun of his wooden teeth anymore, or talk about him, or the steel wool brushing, because he's gonna have real teeth again. Like apparently, it's like this weird thing that he's taking this weird medication for his, and it ended up it doesn't work. It still doesn't work, but his teeth are growing back. So he's got a third set of teeth, and nobody understands why. But hey, that's pretty dang cool. Hey, buddy, welcome back.
Hey, boys and girls.
Hey, dude, did you feel better?
Yeah.
When you go pee, when you go to the restroom, and you walk out, you look at yourself and go, "You got this."
Sometimes
I
have to say that when I walk in the bathroom.
Man, dude, I haven't.
My hair is fucked.
Why don't you show the people why don't you show the customers how you get your hair ready before anything?
Nah.
Maybe on episode 100, huh?
On episode 100. Ah, shit, I'll show. So I just go. Because it's a fucking mop right now.
That's actually pretty tame.
What?
That was actually pretty tame from what you normally do. Do you have a tattoo on the palm of your hand?
Yeah.
What is it?
Holy Ghost. I've had it forever. I'm just kidding. I don't have anything on my fucking hands. My hands just have spots on them because I was packing bowls with them. I got them weed hands. What the? Do you know what's on the back of that?
What?
Do you see what I see?
Oh.
That's a good gag. I like that. That was good. That was good.
Thanks for ruining it by being like, "Oh, that's a good gag."
I know. I'll cut that out. Don't worry. Not in the full episode.
You did it too quick.
Oh, here. Let's do it again. Here, take 2. Go. Go. Just go. Here. Don't worry. I'll cut it. I'll post this out.
Am I going?
Yeah, go. Do you know what's on? This is perfect. This is perfect.
One more time. Right?
Okay.
Ready?
Okay.
All right. Take 3.
Okay. Doug, do you know what's on the back of that?
Oh.
Good gag.
The first one.
Dude. So I wanted to talk about. So we talk about video games a lot, and we talk about movies a lot, and we do bring up music occasionally, but we never talk about like, I'm listening to this right now, or I like this, and this is new, or like, you know what I mean? We're always like, this band from 20 years ago said this thing or something. And I wanted to change that and say, this new Manchester Orchestra record, The Million Masks of God, is fucking awesome.
Is that a booby?
No, it's a moon and a dude walking in front of it.
Moon poon.
And I'm extremely happy because I ordered this through Amazon because they were all sold out on their website, and they had sold out all the colorways like right away. And I just ordered the regular black one from Amazon, and then this showed up.
Colorway. This
showed up. It's all blue.
Blue. A blue moon poon.
Anyway, it's a really good record, and if you're into this band, it's after they came out with their record Cope, which I thought was an amazing album.
And dope. It should be called Dope.
Yeah, that slaps so hard. But
after your face,
after that album, they took a super hard turn into way more chill territory, which kind of bummed me out. I really loved the last record, Black Bounce to the Surface, but it was so much more chill than Cope that it caught me off guard. This takes that even further. So they are not really the same sounding band as they were even like 7 years ago, but it's really good and really interesting. And the lyrics are all still really fucking just, I don't know, out there and kind of not deep, but like just well written and well thought out and sometimes complicated. And I enjoy that. And there's actually a bit of a concept to the record, and it sort of even ties into the last one. It's just really interesting. I'm always excited when a band that I enjoy manages to keep putting out albums that seem to mature with me. And there aren't many bands that do that.
Noted. Hey, well, keep talking because that makes me think of something. I'll make a recommendation too. Then I'm going to grab.
Hell yeah. I mean, like, there's a lot of bands out there that I loved and like loved in a real way, and were hugely influential to me. And some things that come to mind, like Taking Back Sunday, was massive to me when I was in high school. Like when I first heard like lyricism like that, and that sound that was so totally new and fresh to me at the time. But you know, their records, they didn't keep up with me, I guess, if that makes sense. They didn't mature with me. And, you know, even though we found out some shitty things about the singer, I mean, Brand New was a band that I felt like matured with me, and their albums sort of went along with my trajectory. And Manchester has just really turned into one of those bands. Like, every record seems to be exactly where I am in life. And that's always so cool when a band can do that. That's why when I heard like My Chemical Romance was coming back and everything, I was really hoping we get some new music because I wanted to see what sound they latched onto or if they continued to grow. Because the Manchester I loved them, or the My Chemical Romance I loved the most was the first two records, and not so much the stuff with Black Parade, even though I really liked that one.
Silence. Enough of this. No, I'm sorry. What were you saying?
Oh,
Okay.
nothing. I see you me in real life now too.
Huh?
Send me that emoji one more fucking time. I dare you.
I just heard you talking about My Chemical Romance. Also, that first album they had, I'll say it, slaps.
I just said the first two are my favorite for sure.
Bonkers.
Anyone who says that Three Cheers for Sweet Revenge isn't good is crazy too. That album's fantastic. Yeah. That's the one that had Helena and everything on it. And yeah, it was overplayed.
Dope.
But it was overplayed, but that's one of like the best albums of that genre.
Remember when I was all pale and weird looking and y'all
looked just like him on the first album.
And you know that's Joe Rogan's cousin?
Yeah, they've never even met though.
I know.
We don't give him no time.
Who?
Huh?
Gerard Way?
No, the other guy. Bro Jogan?
Who cares?
I care. That man is suing me in a court of law right now.
Dude, anyways, yeah. But
I just wanted to throw you off. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Problem. I like him.
I just wanted to throw you off.
Anyways, with that said, I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, I got a recommendation. And dude, he bought the One World Theater. He's like turning it all, like it's crazy. It's all crazy over here now because of him.
It's Rogan's world. We're just living it.
I mean, whatever. Go with flow.
All right, show the class. What do you got?
So anyway, everybody knows that I'm obsessed with Big Trouble in Little China. It's been one of my favorite movies for years. I have the posters. I have the movie, of course. I have
multiple shirts.
Even when the Ruck and Fought in Drop House, freaking out. I just got one of them. I almost had a cart full, and I was like, let's chill out a bit.
I'm surprised you didn't grab the rest of them during the leftovers, knowing that you wouldn't have to wait or anything. That's what fucked me up. Dude, that's what fucked me up was knowing I was going to get them right away. I bought so much in the leftover sale knowing it was going to be here that week.
So we'll talk about
it. It did.
Dude, I still haven't got like a lot of my stuff. But anyways, I actually went to where Joel used to work and the bookstore. And this is hanging out there. And so there's a comic book that's called Old Man Jack. And it's about Jack Burton. Mm-hmm. I've been looking for those because I really wanted just to collect them and read them and stuff like that. But I found this graphic novel. And for those of you that love this movie or never seen it, just dude, it's $10, $15. It's nothing. But it takes place from where the movie ends.
Oh, so it picks up directly?
Yeah, and I haven't finished it yet, but it's really charming and it's really funny and really great, really well written as far as I've gotten. And so that's all I wanted to say. For anybody that's graphic novel fans or anything and like just really want something fun to watch and like really just a really good take on it because it just essentially it's a sequel. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I recommend this. It's fun.
Well, I haven't read it, but when I worked at HPB, I grabbed all the single issues of that and Escape from LA and the Bill and Ted. If you want those Big Trouble in Little China single issues, you can have those too. They all have so then you'll have like all the individual artwork and stuff too.
Please.
Yeah. I think I got them all.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. The Escape from LA one I read and was not a fan of at all, but it wasn't the Big Trouble in Little China. I think is maybe even put out by Mondo. Maybe.
Oh, I do know what you're talking about. No, yes, I don't know if it's by Mondo, but I know what you're talking about. Like, something's
more official with that one than the Escape from New York one because the Escape from New York one just was not working.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and then so the Bill and Ted thing I was talking about though, that comic that's from the 80s, and that comic slaps super hard. They like every single one they go back to a different time period and it just focuses on that time period or whatever. Well, that's a fucking dope one, dude. I have this issue where they go and meet Jerry Great Balls of Fire. Who is that?
Jerry Lee Lewis?
Yeah, I was gonna say Jerry Lewis, but when I was gonna say that I was thinking of the actor and it was fucking me up. They go and hang out with him.
Career because he married his 14-year-old cousin.
Hell yeah, dude. That should be the way we all go out, right? Am I right?
I mean,
can you imagine on your tombstone? It's like Great Balls of Fire, and he married a kid. His cousin.
Whatever. Why not?
Did you ever watch Borat 2?
Yep.
That Giuliani scene was blown so far out of proportion in the media or whatever. But the funniest part of that scene was when she brings up him marrying his cousin. And
Did
it's
he?
just like, yeah, but it just like doesn't phase him at all. That should have been like, how was that not your first clue that things were about to take a turn? He's so weird that he heard that she brought up him marrying his cousin. He's like, yeah, I did that.
He was the mayor of New York.
Yeah, I know. He was considered America's mayor for what, the entirety of 2001 and 2?
Yeah, we were all kids. Be like, oh yeah, he's America's mayor.
Dude, it's pretty mind blowing to me just like how different his perception is now than when I was a kid. What a fucking charming redemption story he had.
He beat the shit. He beat the shit out of New York City. Like they freaking pretty much gave the cops he gave cops the go ahead to beat the shit out of people to clean up the streets.
He was crazy.
They beat the streets clean, not in any polite way whatsoever. And also the camping ban was put back in place in Austin, just so you know.
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
I've got Facebook, bud.
Dude, I'm like, oh, dude.
I'm real glad I'm not there for that whole.
It's gonna be something.
Hell yeah. You ever tried knitting?
Huh?
Knitting? Like, did you ever take home ec in junior high?
No, dog. But I did. I remember one of my best friends growing up, Cheeto, was into latch hooking.
Who?
Cheeto. Your boy. It's your boy, Cheeto. Cheeto did like hatch stitch. What's that called? Hatch thing. It's like pretty much you make a rug, but you do like one strand at a time.
Damn.
You do like an image. Yeah, he used to do that, and he was really good at it.
I was just so I went down a rabbit hole with Dark Side of the Ring last week. I had texted you about it or whatever, and it sent me down a whole rabbit hole of wrestling shit. And I found this girl who knits or crochets. What's it called when it's like, you know, when people make those circle pieces of art that have
like a grandma? I have no idea what you're talking about.
Listen, yes, you do. Those white circles that are pieces of art where someone stitched something in it like a picture. Yes, you have seen that.
I know what you're talking about now. I have no idea what that's called.
So when that meme of Shania Twain and Stone Cold where he's cracking the beers and it's playing whatever that Feel Like a Woman or what is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. That girl's knitting or crocheting that picture, and it's so fucking sick and so good and realistic, and I just didn't really know you could do stuff like that. So what I'm saying is I'm starting a website for knitting, joelknitsit.com. Yeah, you asked for it, I knit it.
Joel knits it.
joelknitsit.com.
Joel knits it.
It's gonna be dope. Good. It's going to be dope. And you can only pay me in Doge.
Oh, bro. All right, dude. So I can't believe it. So, I mean, spoiler alert, Joel and I are not financial advisors, but something happened. Joel's nerding out about it a little bit harder than I am because I'm not really nerding out about it because I don't know what's going on. But Doge is looking pretty good. But you know what else is really annoying?
It's a bargain.
Some people are like, oh yeah, I'm going to pull out $2,000 when it hits $1 and I'm going to reinvest in something else. I'm like, you did. And I'm like, and the people are saying that, I'm like, I know you did not put enough money in it to bring back $1,000. Dude,
I think you're dude, it all depends on when they got in.
Because I put in at 5 cents.
Dude, there's people who got in just earlier this year when it was 0.000.
Not these. I'm telling you, man.
Maybe they're full of shit. Maybe they're not though. I've seen a lot of people making way more than that.
Nah. I don't think people are making as much money as you think they are. I think everybody did just like we did, just put like a reasonable amount in, and everybody's just like kind of just gaslighting us or each other. You know what I mean? Just
but it's if it all is bullshit, it's still spiking the price. So I encourage them to continue.
I know, but I'm like, dude, I'm like the people that I'm talking to, I'm like, oh, so you're about to retire? I'm like, there's no way. I know you. I know you don't have
retire off no $2,000.
No, but they're acting like they're going to freaking make like $3 million or something.
Well, the cute thing about all this is the people who don't realize that as soon as they pull it out, they get to experience that wonderful thing, capital gains tax, and they're going to love it. So all these people pulling out are missing the point entirely.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. I'm like, dude, what if
I'm
we did,
diamond handed, son? I'm holding forever.
what if, yeah, I say, what if you had $2,000 and then you're like, oh, I got $2,000 out, and then
And then it spikes.
taxes, or not even that, or that part of your taxes, like, did you receive any dividends or did you sell any stocks or anything this past year? You're like they have,
Yeah,
they have the records.
yeah,
You have it. You have
a lot. That's what I'm saying. A lot of people. I've seen so many kids who are trying to play the day trading game with Doge, like getting in, getting out, getting in, getting out, and they are going to be so fucked come tax season next year that they're not going to see it coming because there's no way they're putting aside the money for taxes.
What is the number? What is the number that you have to claim? Is it like a 1099 where it's $600, or is it
I
like?
have no idea.
Yeah, me neither.
No idea.
That's what I'm like.
But the people who are claiming they're pulling out at all these high prices are going to be paying if they're pulling out anywhere near what they're claiming to pull out. I know that it's high enough. I know that it can't be, dude. If you're pulling
into this right now, it would be the most awkward. Like, what the fuck are they talking about?
Well, suck my talking about.
They put it in, they pull out, and if I pull it out, some people pull out, and they're gonna regret it later.
Maybe they could suck something. I went to Dave and Buster's because I'm fully vaccinated, and let me tell you something. Arcades have come a long fucking way from when we were kids, bro. Let me tell you some of the crazy shit I saw there. So first off, no one goes to Dave & Buster's right now. There was approximately one person working in the kitchen, one person working the floor, and one person working the ticket counter. We had the entire place to ourselves. There was fucking nobody there. So we buy I got to see a good friend of mine that I haven't seen in years, and we bought the game cards. We each got like 250 chips, they call them, and each game takes chips. Dude, the games they have there are on another fucking level.
I know your story. I was like,
dude, the shit I didn't show was some of the craziest shit just because I couldn't figure out how to film it. They have a VR. I didn't do this because I'm still kind of skeptical about putting my face on something other people's faces have been on right now, but they have a VR helmet you can put on that's like a next level VR helmet, and there's two lightsaber things, and you go into Star Wars and fight droids and shit, and it looked incredible. But like I said, I wasn't trying to put my face where someone else's face had been. But then they also had Time Crisis 5. There's a fifth. They're on 5, and this game, it's so fucking good, dude. There's 2 pedals now, and you have to duck and dodge left and right and all this shit. And me and Fernie are just blasting the shit out of them. And it's so fun. They have a Luigi's Mansion. Okay. I was shocked by the amount of Nintendo stuff that was there. Dude, there's Mario Kart carts that you can race. It's like, like a regular racing game in an arcade, but it's Mario Kart. But Luigi's Mansion, and you have actual vacuum cleaners sucking up the ghost. Dude, it was badass.
Well, you'll go again to play the games.
I think I'm gonna try to go next week with Caroline so she can experience it.
Oh, she didn't get to go?
Nah, because she had to do her stream.
Yeah, dude. But it seems like a place that you would really enjoy going to, not even like just to play games. Dude. Well, I
don't know anybody who works at Dave & Buster's, so I'm just gonna put it to you straight. The food was insanely overpriced and not good. I got 2 bacon cheeseburgers, 2 beers.
Ooh.
Yeah, well, because I brought Caroline food home. So I got 2 bacon cheeseburgers, 2 orders of fries, and then I got myself 2 beers, and that's it. $130, dude.
But you played games.
But I bought a game card when I got there. That I don't believe that's included on the check. You pay with your credit card at the machine with that.
$100?
130. Yeah, I was shocked.
Jesus Christ, dude. Yeah, that's pretty tough.
Because, and this is another way they get you, there's no fucking menu. So you walk in and scan your table. Mm-hmm. That's a new, I heard all the restaurants in Austin are doing that too. You scan the table and then it just pops up with the menu on your phone.
Called a QR code, Joel. And but he does that.
I know what the fuck a QR code is.
You have a menu, you fucking dick.
No, but I mean, it's not like a typical menu. There's not prices listed and shit. You click on the picture and it shows you what that kind of food that they have.
Joel, it sounds like a user error, buddy. Sounds like you could have been. You played yourself, bud.
Oh, dude. I went to Dave & Buster's. I played myself for sure, but I had a blast. That's what I'm saying. I can't stress enough that with all the negatives I just said, I'm itching to go back, dude. It was a blast.
Yeah, what's this one do? Oh yeah.
One day in the world.
Joel's going to go back to Dave and Buster's. He's going to spend $130 more because you know why? He has
He's a sucker.
He just because he's a sucker.
Oh, dude, can we just talk about Dark Side of the Ring and wrestling for a little bit?
Sure, why not?
Since I actually now I feel like I know a little bit because I grew up with it, but for some reason I didn't carry it with me like y'all did. You know, like the knowledge and the like the heart for it, but I'm getting it back really hard because of that show.
You know what's crazy? I don't even know why I have it. Like, you know what I mean? I think about it. I think about my passion for wrestling. It's not near as any. I feel like I'm misleading. It's not as much as it used to be, and a lot of it has to do with because I'm not a big fan of people being into old wrestling and acting like they're they're wrestling fans, and they don't keep up with the modern. So you know what I mean? So I kind of tag I really have lost grasp, especially in the past year with new wrestling, especially with the pandemic. So I'm not as fluent as I used to be.
Well, I know fuck all about new wrestling. This show only covers old shit, so they're gonna have to make a lot more seasons before I find out about now. Didn't know who New Jack was. That was intense as fuck. You know about New Jack? He was okay. So New Jack was a wrestler. He was part of. He wrestled for ECW. Okay, and he had a team called the Gangstas, and they came out right around the OJ trial time. And his whole shtick was playing up the racial angle and just hating white people and all this shit. And he would just rile these crowds up so bad in in Arkansas and Georgia. He'd just get them going bad, dude, coming out with like a noose and shit. He knew what to say and what to do to just get under all those country people's skin, right? He was a great heel, okay? But as he fucking goes on in his career, he is sort of the first one who really starts taking it to extremes in ECW and I believe it wasn't even ECW yet at the time, possibly, but he's one of the first ones who starts pushing the limit of what you can do to people and get away with. So let me just run down his 3 most infamous incidents. Okay. The most infamous is the mass transit incident. Okay. This was an ECW event that was taking place before their first pay-per-view. It was very close to their first pay-per-view. And him and his partner, Mustafa, were set to wrestle these 2 other wrestlers, but one of the guys they were set to wrestle had a family emergency and he couldn't make it. Okay. So a kid who wrestled under the name Mass Transit, and his shtick was like a bus driver. He was a big kid, big fat dude. He was there and somehow convinced whoever was running it to let him replace that wrestler who didn't show up. And he lied about his age and said he was 21, but he was 17.
Damn.
Yeah. And he lied and said he was trained by one of the most well-known pro wrestler trainers. And they made a huge mistake and said, all right, you can wrestle this dude who is known for being extremely way too aggressive. Yeah. So before the match, apparently this Mass Transit kid goes up to New Jack and starts.
It's a good name. Mass Transit.
It's not bad. So he goes up to New Jack and he starts telling him the way he wants the fight to go. And that pisses New Jack off. A, because New Jack, that's his shit. And this dude's, who the fuck is this dude? But B, because he's constantly high on cocaine. Constantly. Massive amounts of it, okay? So the kid fucks up even more and says he wants to get color at some point in the match, just bleed. Yeah. But he's never bladed himself before, so he asked New Jack to do it for him.
Oh, my God.
So they start going, and the second the match starts, they tell the dude who's wrestling with Mass Transit to get out of the ring and just go. And they fuck this kid up. They're slamming him in the face with crutches. They're fucking hitting him with everything they could possibly hit him with. And it comes time for him to get color. And New Jack pulls out a surgical scalpel and slices his forehead and cuts 2 arteries. And and this kid's bleeding out in the middle of the ring.
In your fucking forehead? You have arteries in your forehead?
Yeah, and they're squirting out. And his dad's going, he's 17. His dad's going, he's 17. Where's the fucking ref?
Oh, my God.
the medic's trying to help him, and New Jack's stomping on his stomach and going, I hope this motherfucker bleeds to death.
Oh my God.
So anyway, so he gets sued and arrested for that. And it becomes this massively huge deal because it really opened up the door for like, yo, this was what happened was fucked up. But if that had been two professionals who were working together, it still would have gone too far. But that other person would have known what all that entailed.
It wouldn't have been a lawsuit and stuff.
Right,
like
exactly,
that.
exactly. So he wins. So he wins and he gets acquitted. Okay, that's the first incident. The second incident is actually a two-parter. So he's very famous in the ECW, and unfortunately, because of things like the mass transit incident and because of his whole shtick, he constantly has kind of pigeonholed himself into having to one-up himself.
Yeah.
Okay. So him and this other dude are wrestling at an ECW match, and they're about to do a 20-foot fall, which is really high, but ECW has some insane falls.
30 fucking feet. That's very high.
No, I know, yeah, but ECW, like I said, has insane falls. They're constantly pushing the envelope at that time. So he goes to do the pull, and the guy that he's pulling gets scared and says he doesn't want to do it. And New Jack says we're doing it because he's a consummate, like performer, and he's also high on cocaine. So he goes, we're doing it, and he pulls him down, and the guy pulls back. So when they fall, that dude lands on New Jack's head and cracks it open, and he has like brain fluid coming out of his nose and his mouth and shit. Okay?
Oh God.
So he's about to die. So he ends up losing his vision in his right eye. This eye, not this one. And he's fucking pissed at that dude, like fucking pissed. But he at one point walks up and socks him in the face, and then like a few months go by, okay? And ECW.
He got severe brain damage, lost vision in his eye.
No, but he came back.
In a couple of months?
Yeah, he was crazy, dude. So he came back, he socks this dude out, and then a couple more months go by, and ECW
sock you out.
And ECW asked him if they'll do or it's not ECW anymore. It's a different wrestling organization. They want to put on a crazy fight, and they have this idea to put them back together in a fight against each other, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And they build a 40-foot scaffolding above the ring.
No.
And before the match, New Jack goes and buys a stun gun and doesn't tell anybody. And when they're at the top of the scaffolding, he stun guns this dude in the neck forever, and he's stunning him in the heart and shit. And then he picks the dude up, and the dude, he goes, this is how he tells it. He goes, and then he looked at me and he goes, I'm not ready, New Jack. I can't feel my legs. And I said, you're not going to need them. And he threw him off the scaffolding, and they had 12 chairs or 12 tables stacked up in the ring to break their fall if they fell. He hit one. New Jack was trying to throw him out of the whole fucking ring. He'll tell you I was trying to kill him. And then he walked over. He walked over to his lifeless body and said, "Now we're even." And that was the second one. The third most infamous incident. It doesn't happen for years. So 2000, I want to say it's 2004 or 2005. I'll have to look and make sure. But so in the Dark Side of the Ring episode, all the other ECW people that they interview don't even know about this last incident because it flew so under the radar, and it was such a low key event that when it happened, it didn't make the same kind of news. But in 2004 or 5, he's all high on coke again. And he gets asked to help promote his friend's extremely small wrestling organization, okay?
Okay.
And this dude wants to wrestle him. And again, this dude just does not understand who this guy is and is saying all these things. I want it to go this way and go that way. Well, when the fight starts, the guy punches New Jack in the face like 3 times. And New Jack's like, yo, what the fuck? What the fuck, dude? And he grabs him, pushes him up against the turnbuckle, pulls out a fucking blade and stabs him 9 times, dude, in the back and in the stomach. Stabs this dude straight up, trying to kill this dude in the ring, bro. And he ends up getting arrested at gunpoint and shit, and it's just wild. And he's just like, yeah, I was trying to kill him too. It's just crazy, it's nuts, dude. And like, I was watching it, and you know that feeling when you don't expect something overboard to happen that's real. And when it happens, you kind of get that sinking feeling like you're scared. Bro, every time his matches started, my heart was going, whoa, what's he going to do, bro? What's he going to do?
That crazy friend that you don't love him, but you don't want to go out with him.
Yeah, because you just see in his eyes, oh, shit, he's on cocaine again. And then he's just fucking killing people.
Jesus.
You got to look his shit up, man. Those 3 incidents are wild. Look up the mass transit video and tell me it's not like one of the craziest wrestling things I've ever seen.
I most certainly will.
Dude, and I hate to say it because it'll still live on in infamy. It's one of the most magical things I've ever seen. But watching him toss that dude off that scaffolding kind of took the punch out of that Undertaker-Mankind fight. God damn. He's talking about actually murdering the other dude. Wild. I've never seen any shit like that in my life.
Damn, dude. I definitely want to check that out for sure.
It's insane. Shit,
dude,
man. Well,
that blows like the Montreal screw job and everything out of the water.
That's a great episode, though. I had never heard about that. That's
on that?
Yeah, that's one of the episodes that's on Hulu. That's a good episode, man. But I kind of came away from it being like, Brett, bro, it's pro wrestling, dog. Like,
it's a little bit deeper than that, though.
No, I know, but he was straight up, dude. He's straight up at points like acting like he actually is the world champion. You know what I mean? Like
he is. He was the world champion.
I know. That's not what I mean, though. I mean, like he did it. And he wasn't ready to. He didn't want to hand it down just because it was going to Sean.
Well, it was a slight and stuff. And
I know.
Montreal. They could have, if he wanted to screw him over, he could have done like Kentucky or something. You know what I mean? He didn't have to be in his home, like in their home country and stuff.
The funniest one was the Brian Pillman one, where he calls what's his name, Booker Man, and totally breaks kayfabe or whatever, which is the don't ever break the fourth wall. Yeah. So he breaks kayfabe on that pay-per-view event by calling that guy Booker Man, and no one in the audience at that time even really knew what those words meant. But you could just see all the other wrestlers want to kill him. It's crazy. Well, but they're not New Jack, so they weren't talking about that life. Though. New Jack would have killed that motherfucker for sure.
You're not gonna need them. Put my legs.
You're not gonna need them. That's
we're
crazy.
Going. You don't need roads, but
that's wild to me, dude. That's fucking wild. And then to see him just straight up stabs that dude, and he's like, "Yeah, they said I stabbed him 16 times. I didn't. I stabbed him 9 times. I counted."
Well, with that said, Joel. Congratulations on episode 99. The next one obviously is big 100. Yeah. And hey guys, thanks to y'all for again watching all this. Please tell your friends and all the listeners. Thank you so much, and to the Canadians, all your customers.
Hey, watch an old one here, and then subscribe somewhere.
Right. Subscribe right here, or watch one there, or whatever. Thanks, Joel. Later, buddy.
Bye.
Bye, bud.